What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the video here in the Water Juice channel. Welcome back to another episode of the Bust to Ballers rebuild here on Madden 21 on the PC. That is right. We are back with episode number 3 of this series with the Rams, the St. Louis / Los Angeles Rams. I go back and forth between them because in this era, they are still in St. Louis, but in my head, they are in LA. So, and in the game, they are in LA. So it goes back and forth, but it's fine. So to recap the last episode, if you did miss it, make sure you go back and watch it, by the way. Go back and watch it. But if you did miss it, then I will do a little bit of a recap here. We simulated the 2009 regular season, like we always do in these retro rebuilds. We simulate, and then we play one game at the end of the video, and we go from there. We look at the stats, we look at the awards, we do all that kind of stuff, the Pro Bowl. Well, this year we looked at the Pro Bowl because, spoiler alert, we didn't make the playoffs. We went 0-2 to start the season, and then we kind of went back and forth. We were winning some games, losing some games, going back and forth, and then we finished, we started the game against the Cardinals at 7-8. We had a chance to go 8-8. We had a chance to go 500 on the year. That would have been perfect for year number 1. But it was looking like that. It was looking like we were gonna do it too. We were up by like 2 touchdowns, and then all of a sudden, Larry Fitzgerald just wakes up and decides to go pog on us and just catch everything that's thrown at him. So the Cardinals end up winning by a point in that game. So we go 7-9, they go 8-8, and we didn't make the playoffs. We weren't going to make the playoffs either way. If we would have went 8-8, we wouldn't have made the playoffs either. So it is what it is. It is fine. We can move on to the offseason now, focus on getting some more busts that we can turn into ballers in this series that starts in free agency and then the NFL draft. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Make sure to smash that like button, notification bell, and the subscription button as well. Join the Juice Club. Let's get started. All right, so here we are in the Super Bowl week, and now we will simulate this live to see who is going to be Super Bowl champions for year number 1. Will it be the Ravens or the Cowboys? It will be the Dallas Cowboys, ladies and gentlemen. They finally win a Super Bowl in recent memory. Good for the Cowboys. Good for the Cowboys. Season recap. Marion Barber is the Super Bowl MVP for the Cowboys. All right, interesting. Okay. So now we go to retirements. So we've got Keith Brooking retiring, Lorenzo Neal, Ray Lewis, Samari Roll, Jason Taylor's gone, Pat Williams, Kevin Carter, Orlando Pace, Mushin Muhammad, Isaac Bruce, Teddy Bruschi, Fred Taylor, Kevin Falk, Sean Sproul, a lot of Patriots. Kerry Collins, Kevin Mawe, James Ferrier, Walter Jones, Lawyer Lloyd, Darren Sharper. Wow, this is a big one. Marcus Spears from our team retires. Donald Driver, Tony Richardson, Simeon Rice, Torrey Holt, Sam Madison, Jeff Saturday, Rondé Barber, Ty Law, all the big names. Terrell Owens. Whoa! All the big names are retiring right now. Who else is gone? Anybody else? Dre Bly? Anybody? Joey Galloway? Come on. Give me some big names. Some more big names. Anybody else? John Runyon, I guess. Is not really that big of a name, but... And then Pete Carroll retires as the head coach of the Seahawks. So that was a huge retirement party for all those guys. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. We have some player negotiations that I'm not sure what I want to do with. We've got some of these guys that I may decide to bring back on small deals. I don't know. Maybe like a Ben Hartstock. Maybe. But he's 53 overall. He can't really grow that much. I don't really know. I guess we could fill these spots. Do we really even need these guys, though? You know what? I'll let all of them walk. They can all walk in free agency. I don't need them. I don't need them. We finished 3rd in the division, too. That's annoying. Okay, so I think we're finally time for free agency. It's finally time to go to free agency. We are coach level 7. I used my XP off camera to upgrade to coach level 7, so hopefully that'll keep us in the game, keep us letting us grow. So let's go to free agency week number 1. All right, here we are in free agency week number 1, and we've got 104 million in cap room that we can use on busts. Who can we get? Chad Pennington may be an option, but we don't really need him with Vince Young and Mark Sanchez, so that's a no for me, dog. As for running backs, we've got, who's here? Pierre Thomas? Does he count? He never really panned out that much. Beanie Wells never panned out. But we don't really need a running back. Let's not get a running back. Fullback we're good on as well. Wide receiver wouldn't be bad. We could use a wide receiver. But who's here that never really panned out? Antoine Randall L. You know what? I'll put a bid in Antoine Randall L. He never really did anything in the league. So let's offer him 16.5. He can come to our wide receiver core. Tight end. Delaney Walker, no. Algie Crumpler, no. Mercedes Lewis, no. Vasante Shenko, no. Boo Williams. Not really any tight ends in this free agent class that didn't do anything in the league. All these guys wouldn't consider busts. So left tackle, we don't need a left tackle. I guess we could get a backup if there's anybody here. Matt Light, I don't count him as a bust. And then there's nobody really better than the guy that we have. So we'll move on. Left guard, I definitely wouldn't count Evan Mathis as a bust. Nobody here is better than what we have, and they're not busts. Well, they are busts, but not better than what we have. I'm trying to get better, obviously. We're trying to get better. We have a 79 overall center, so we're not going to do anything better there. As for right guard, we do need a backup right guard, so maybe somebody here, like a Paul McQuiston, or somebody that doesn't have any. Let's get Elton Brown. Somebody that doesn't have any offers. I don't really want to compete with anybody. Let's offer him a 2-year, $9 million deal. That's not crazy amounts of money. Right tackle, we do need to get another right tackle. Willie Anderson did something in the league, so can't go for him. How about George Foster? Nobody really even knows who George Foster is, so we will go for him. Let's bring his amount of money down to 11 million. There we go. Defensive ends. Robert Geathers, does he count? Does Robert Geathers count as a bust? He didn't really do much in the league, but he did enough. I can't count him. Not right now, at least. Anthony McFarland won a championship, so can't get him. And he was a pretty prominent member on that championship team. No defensive tackles. Aaron Schobel. This is tough trying to find guys. Jason Babin really didn't do much. That wouldn't be bad. It's tough trying to find guys that you want to bring to your team that didn't really do much in the league. So we'll offer Jason Babin a contract. It's also super weird not going after some of these big name guys. But that's part of the deal. We can't go after these guys. Dan Scuda. I know Dan Scuda didn't do anything in the league. But neither did James Anderson, and he's a higher overall. So maybe we go for a James Anderson type. 10 million, that's not horrible, especially because he's 24. I'll also go put an offer in on Dan Scuda, just because I like his name. Dan Scuda. Alright, there we go. Put an offer in on Scuda. These guys all did something in the league. They're not busts. Daniil Ellerby, I would put an offer in on him, but he's got 10 offers. He's 69 overall. You know what? How much are they paying him? I'll double it. $6 million. That puts me ahead of the game. That's not even that much of a contract. James Harrison, can't go for him. Who's here? Who's here? Who's here? Nobody, really. Did that say Superstar X Factor? Superstar X Factor for Keith Rivers. Wow. Nice. Charles Woodson and Antoine Winfield both did something in the league, so we can't get those guys. Ike Taylor. I'd count him. I wouldn't count anybody so far as a bust. Tramon Williams. Yeah. Not really a bust, but didn't really do much in the league. So, sure. Let's bring Tramon to the team. How about free safeties? Free safeties. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. There's nobody here. And then strong safeties. Nobody. Nobody. Kickers? No, all these guys did at least had some decent runs in the league. I think that's it. I didn't mean to back out there. I wanted to show you guys the full negotiation. So we got George Foster, Tramon Williams, Jason Babin, James Anderson, Elton Brown, Daniil Ellaby, Antoine Randall, and Dan Skuda as our possible bust players or guys that never really made it in the league to come to the squad. So let's go see if any of those guys sign. I would assume that all of them sign, but who knows? All right, so Dan Skuda accepts, Daniil Ellaby accepts, Antoine Randall accepts, George Foster accepts, Jason Babin accepts, James Anderson accepts, and Brown accepts. That wasn't everybody, though, I don't think, right? Tramon Williams still hasn't accepted his contract yet. So we got everybody except for Tramon Williams. So let's go to the next week and then see if he ends up signing. I hope he does. We could definitely use him. So Tramon Williams does accept his contract. That's beautiful. So we got everybody that I wanted to get. That's perfect. Now we just got to finish up this scouting for guys that aren't big names, or guys that didn't do anything in the league. Is there anybody, other quarterbacks down here that I'd be willing to take a thing on, a flyer? Not really. Zach Robinson, Joe Webb, running backs. I've got a lot of running backs scouted, so we are going to be good on running backs. So let's go to the draft, and well, actually, let's go to free agency recap first. Okay, so free agency recap. Jones Drew, MJD goes to Seattle. Evan Mathis to Baltimore. Charles Woodson to Dallas, joining the Super Bowl champs. The Falcons, for some reason, signed 2 kickers. Don't know what's that about. David Gerard goes to the football team. Antoine Winfield to the Panthers. James Harrison to the Jets. Darren Sproles to the Packers. Anybody else big? Jerome Harrison to the Patriots. I thought it said James Harrison for a second. Takeo Spikes to the Eagles. Delaney Walker to the Dolphins. Chad Penning to the Dolphins. That's cool. Beanie Willis, I think, said to the Jaguars. And now it's time to start the NFL draft. And we don't have a pick until the second round. So let's see who goes number 1. Let's go top 5, and then we'll skip to my pick. So
the Buccaneers are
number 1 is Ndamukong Suh, Gerald McCoy, Trent Williams, and Sam Bradford. So there goes our quarterback option. And then Eric Berry. Okay, so this is what the draft board's looking like. It's going to be rough. It's going to be rough with only 4 picks in this draft. So let's skip ahead to our next pick. Skip ahead to next user pick. And here we are. Tebow's still here. Let's go to guys that we've scouted. So Tebow's still here. Some decent running backs still left. We're gonna have to get a wide receiver, so we got to get one of these guys. Some decent defensive tackles left. We could definitely use a free safety, which is why I'm thinking Major Wright. I'm thinking we get Major Wright. Or maybe we get Jermaine Cunningham. He's not the fastest guy, though. What about Spittler? He's a 4.7. Are any of these guys, like, super fast? 4 and 5 for AJ Eds. We do need a defensive tackle as well, but I think we need to get a free safety. Let's get Major Wright here. He ran a 4.4. He's a 65 with normal. This is going to be rough. This is going to be rough. All right, so skip to our next pick. Tebow's still here. We need to get a defensive tackle. And we've got DeAnthony Smith and Al Woods. Let's get Al Woods. He's a 69 or 66 with hidden. All right, now we got to go all the way to the 6th round. So I don't think Tebow will be here in the 6th round. Oh, the Rams. The Rams traded away all their picks, and now we have him. Okay, who's here? Shipley's still here. Tebow's gone, obviously. You would assume that he'd be gone. I hate to say it, but we probably need to get another linebacker. Or somebody on defense. Maybe like a Junior Gillette? I don't know. Frank Zombo? Vincent Ray? Maybe a guy like Vincent Ray could be good. He did have a better combine. He's got the same hit power. He's got C+ tackling. I don't know what Junior's got. Let's get... he ran a 4.6 and a 4.7. Let's get... not Barry Church. Let's get Vincent Ray. That should be a good pick. And now we got one final pick. So we've drafted all defense so far, which is our worst side of the football. So we have one final pick here. All the scouted guys. What do we use this pick on? What do we use this pick on, ladies and gentlemen? I think we get a lineman. But who's the best lineman we have? Matt Tennant. He's got A+ or A- pass block, which isn't horrible. Yeah, let's get Mike Tennant. Sure, we'll take Mike Tennant. He's a 55. Sheesh. That's bad. All right, so we got no more picks. That was a rough draft, but we knew that going in because we didn't really have that many picks. This year we should have more picks. So draft recap. We got Major Wright, Al Woods, Vincent Ray, and Matt Tennant. Hopefully those guys will be good players for us throughout the series. I don't know if... Will Major Wright start? No, he won't start, but he'll be pretty close. What about Vincent Ray, 64 overall. Dan Scuta's there. Al Woods should get some playing time. Yeah, I was about to say Al Woods should get some playing time because he's our second best player. All right, we'll make this work. We'll make this work. Everybody should continue to grow, especially the guys that are starting up here. Reggie Bush should continue to be a good running back for us. And Vince Young and Mark Sanchez should both start to grow. So, hey, Zach Taylor. So hopefully we can turn this around. But that is going to do it for this video. I know it's a little bit of a short one, but that's because we didn't really have a lot of draft picks. Next offseason probably should be a little bit longer because we'll have more draft picks, more time to think about who we want to take. So thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. Make sure to smash that like button, notification bell, and the subscription button as well. Join the Juice Club. I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya!